Mickey Stevenson, Motown's first A&R man.
Motown's 50th anniversary celebration was not about the stars, Diana, Stevie, Smokey, Lionel, the Temptations, etc., but about the people who made the stars, the unsung heroes. And Mickey Stevenson leads the list.
Mickey Stevenson is my brother. He has not received his props as someone who has contributed so much to the musical world.
There were a few stops on the way to Mickey's Motown triumphs. He got some experience in the military with shows at bases across the country. When his hitch was up, he hit the road with the great Lionel Hampton as a member of the Hamptones.
My friends that I went to school with came to me and said, look, man, we have this date to go on the road with Lionel Hampton as the Hamptones. And we had another singer, but he joined another group, so would you go with us? Because if we don't bring in 4 guys, we'll lose the gig. And I said, I loved it. Here I am. I'm not making any money worth discussing. Anyway, the successful move of being a producer, writer, and all that stuff in Detroit was not happening. All of a sudden, I get this opportunity to go out with Lionel Hampton and the Hamptones. Oh, that was great. And I took off the following day.
And they were probably the only professional group in our circle. The rest of us, we would be playing, like doing little amateur shows at the Madison Ballroom, stuff like that in Detroit. And then the Hamptones would come on and they were professionals. And Mickey was in that group. And I saw him long before I met him.
Once I got on the road with Lionel Hampton and the Hamptones, touring, traveling, I got the opportunity to learn so much from his wife, Gladys, who handled everything. I mean, I learned about personalities, how to get the job done, how to inspire the musicians and the people who work. And in that, traveling with the Hamptones, we went to the best places in America, the greatest clubs. I saw the best lights set, the best sound put up, the way shows should be balanced. It was unbelievable.
Detroit became an industrial giant when 125 car companies sprang up in the wake of Henry Ford's Model T phenomenon. Ford paid his workers $5 a day, an enormous pay scale for the first part of the 20th century. As the 60s began, Detroit was a global symbol of the modern world, and a tiny music operation was begun by a former boxer and assembly line worker who remembered that huge $5 a day salary as he started his own wheels rolling.
I go back to Detroit. Now, there was still nothing really happening in the music business until I met Berry Gordy. Now, Berry and I met at a barbershop, Billy Mullen's barbershop. We called him Muldoon. Benny liked to introduce people, so he introduced Berry and I. He said to me, okay, hey, Mick, this is the guy that wrote that song you like by Jackie Wilson. I said, what are you talking about? To Be Loved. He wrote that song. So I was excited, but I was real cool. I said, oh man, that's a great song. I mean, Jackie Wilson's my man. And Berry said, well, I'm doing an album on him. I said, well, I got a couple of songs for Jackie Wilson. I thought I'd try to ease that in there. He gave me a little smirk on his face. He said, okay, well, we'll see about that. And by this time, the dryers are ready. And when the dryer's ready, you better get under it, because if you don't make that dryer, you got big trouble. There I am in the chair and thinking about, man, this is going to be great. I met Berry Gordy, and I get some of my songs to Jackie Wilson, and I was all excited about that as we walked out of the shop.
Mickey tried to convince Berry Gordy that he should sing for Motown.
If only the sky was a mirror.
But the chairman had other ideas.
As soon as he started singing, I said, what else can you do?
He said, your voice is for shit. But your song seems all right.
He said, I got some more songs. I said, what else can you do? He said, anything that has to do with music. I said, well, I'm looking for an A&R man, a director. Can you do that? Absolutely, he said.
Well, that was not what I came there for. But I figured, okay, if we have to get in, I got to get in. So I said to him, how much you paying? And that little grin came on his face. And he said, $5 a day. I said, what? And all the chili you can eat. So I said, let me ask you a question. Am I in charge? I'm in charge of the musicians and the artists and all that? He said, yeah. Can I sign and record anybody I want to record? He said, yeah. You're the A&R man. That's what A&R people do. I said, oh yeah. Can I sign myself and record myself? He said, yeah.
And so Berry listened to him, and he didn't think he was going to make a good artist, but he liked Mickey's demeanor. And so Mickey ended up becoming our first A&R director at Motown.